Marriage and video games/phone usage. I, 28F, don't know how to approach this with my fiancé, 32M. I don't know if this is the right sub to post this in, but my fiancé and I have been together a long time. We broke up years ago and didn't speak for 2 years thinking it was over and got back together a year and a half ago. Prior to this breakup, we had a very unhealthy toxic relationship with lots of below-the-belt words spoken, neglect, and mind games. It caused CPTSD in me, and it's been a challenge to navigate that now that we're together again. Ever since we came back together, it's been a brand new relationship essentially. Extremely healthy, lots of communication, safe spaces, and room to work through our triggers together. I'm sincerely grateful for my man and everything he's done for me over the course of this relationship this time around. I'm stoked to marry him. The only thing that's been a struggle point and something I've been trying to grow to accept is the video gaming amount. It's always some sort of screen like Insta videos or something if it isn't gaming. Having to tap my fiancé on the shoulder and beg for time or attention every day is hard. We have a system in place that every other week is gaming week. But today started the gaming week. Something in me became extremely triggered today back to our previous relationship of neglect when it came to gaming. What was a livable annoyance before felt so hurtful and made me scared to experience today. My fiancé came in to spend a few minutes with me after a few hours of gaming, and I was feeling anxious over recent events. Towards the end of the 10-minute convo about the anxiety, he got up abruptly and said he has to get back to his game. Something in me became extremely triggered at being cut off like that. Our previous relationship included setting 15-minute phone timers so he could get back to his game regardless of the need for more time. I followed him out into the living room and asked him why all of a sudden gaming week is turning into feeling like there's timers on time with me and like he's just trying to fulfill some quota, which is making me feel not very loved in order to get back to the game. He just kept repeating to leave him alone and let him game. I should have left him alone because I saw anger escalating, but I didn't leave until he slammed his fists down on his desk, scaring me, and I left in tears. I told him I was triggered an hour later, and he said it's not his fault and that I should have left him alone. I told him that I didn't sign up for us to repeat our past and am triggered and maybe in a flashback. I then told him it doesn't feel good knowing he wants to spend every moment of his free time doing games and screen things and being away from me, but that we don't have to be attached by the hip and I want him to have hobbies. He interrupted me and said he'll quit games cold turkey because he doesn't want to regulate something he enjoys so much and can't enjoy the game if he only gets 3 to 4 hours a day on it. I don't know where to go from here. We're not fighting, but it's like he's just laying down and giving up, and I feel like this bad guy even though I never asked him to give things up cold turkey. I was simply expressing that a 3 to 4 hour a day hobby is great and fine and good to veg out on. But spending 95% of free time, which on weekends is 12 to 14 hours and on weekdays is like 5 to 6 hours, is just too much and harmful. I'm sitting here in a flashback and feeling the weight of how we ended years ago and feeling fearful that now that we live together and are about to marry, old habits are coming back. But I don't want to cut my man off from his hobbies, and I love that he games and is a nerd and does those things, but there's just no moderation or self-regulation.